What's up, everybody? redracer1985 here, and welcome to the first of hopefully many episodes of a series I'm doing. I know some people have done other people have done ask like ask me 5 questions, ask 5 questions this or however many questions that. I thought of doing a top 5 questions list and everything series and see how that does. And if this doesn't go well, then don't say I didn't try. But so with that said, on the video I posted about a week ago, we had 3 questions listed. So let's get started. First question comes from JBob3. Top 5 top NHRA top field funny car pro stock. Okay. I'll go one better on you this here, J Bob. How about I do top 5, not just in those 3 categories, but top 5, and a 4th one with the pro stock motorcycles, because I actually got about top 5 in that category too. So what I'll do is I'll probably do top 5. I'll start with pro stock motorcycle and then work my way up to top fuel. So now if you're going by all of today's racers now. See, pro stock motorcycle, top 5. This is in no particular order, by the way. Matt Smith, Scotty Polachek, Ryan Ayler, Angie Smith, and I'm probably going to get chastised for the 5th one because some people have told me when I said that this rider is becoming one of my favorites, and then somebody actually one of the people told me I should rethink that. But 2019 Pomona I don't want to say confirmed it, but 2019 Pomona kind of did it for me. Gianna Salinas. That's right. So again, top 5 would be bikes: Matt Smith, Ryan Ayler, Scotty Polachek, Angie Smith, Gianna Salinas. That's my top 5 of the bikes right now. So there you have it with that. Pro stock, I'm going to say Erica Enders for number 1. I'm going to say that. Simply because she has been my favorite pro stock racer for years now, and without question one of my favorite ladies in the category now, and all drag racing I should say too. The rest of the top 5, Kenny Delco, Aaron Stanfield, Kyle Koretsky, and Alex Laughlin. So that's my top 5 in pro stock. Funny car, that's actually a good question right there for funny car. Matt Hagan, Bob Tasker III, Ron Capps, Tim Wilkerson, and actually it's quite a toss-up for the 5th one. I would have been easy if you'd asked me last year, because last year I'd have had Beckman and Tommy Johnson Jr. on the list, but now since those two aren't racing now, it's going to make it a bit even harder. So I really don't have a top 5 in funny car right now. If I had to pick a top 5, it would be a toss-up. But if I would pick a 5th one, it would be a toss-up between Cruz Pedregon or Alexis DeJoria. So that's basically it. And top fuel, that's not even as easy. Top fuel's not as easy now as it would have been a few years ago. I actually really have only a top 4 in top fuel right now, and that would be Antron Brown, Clay Milligan, Doug Coletta, and Billy Torrance. So if I had to pick a 5th one for top fuel, it probably would be actually, I really got no number 5 for top fuel, so I only have a top 4 right now. I mean, until some of the racers I like ever come back, and maybe an easier list. So there you have it with that. Because I mean, I mentioned Erica Enders is my favorite girl right now, and one of my favorite girls in drag racing now. The other one I have has not raced since 2019 at Sydney Drag, and that's Ashley Sanford. So those are my top 2 ladies right now in drag racing. In fact, my top 5 favorite ladies in drag racing, neither one of them's named Force nor Leah Pruitt. So, and I like Leah Pruitt, don't get me wrong. I just don't like her as much as some of the other people do, it seems like. And like I said, I like her, don't get me wrong. She's probably more like a 6 through 10 on the list, probably, of ladies. So, and as far as the Force girls, I don't like them as much as I used to. If I had a favorite Force girl, it probably would have been Ashley Force, probably. I mean, so there you have it with that. But again, like I said, again, top five, top fuel would be, or top four top fuel right now would be Antron Brown, Doug Coletta, Clay Millican, and Billy Torrance. Funny car top four right now would be Ron Capps, Matt Hagan, Bob Tesco the third, and Tim Wilkerson. Pro stock top five: Erica Anders, Kenny Delco, Kyle Koretsky, Aaron Stanfield, Alex Laughlin. And then top five bikes would be Matt Smith, Scotty Polachek, Ryan Aor, Angie Smith, and Gianna Salinas. So there you have it with that. Second question comes from Q-Man Motorsports. Actually, he asked me two questions, so here you go. So I'll let him slide on this one. What are your thoughts on the next gen Cup cars, pros and cons? Having seen those on first viewing of the Gen 7 cars, I actually do like the look of those now. Those are actually not bad looking. I don't know what changes they made to the cars, to be honest. If the one thing I hope for they got rid of, and this is listening to how some of the other a lot of my other race friends, including guys like Levi McIntyre, aka Thrashman 899, said. And I actually agree with him on some of them. Especially getting rid of Side Force and the splitter. I agree with them, especially on those two. But looking at the front view of the car, it looks to me like they did get rid of Side Force. But I'm thinking on the front end they kept the splitter, and that's the one thing I'm hoping they get rid of. I'm hoping they go back to the front balance. Yes, I'm one of those who, in case you don't know, I'm the old school NASCAR type. I'm one of those who thinks Side Force should be getting rid of. Put the front balance back on the cars, because if you look at how some of those cars have crashed with the splitter on there, well, look, pull up the video of the 2011 All-Star race finish and see how destroyed the front end of Carl Edwards' car was when he hit the grass trying to celebrate after the win in that race. That's what a splitter will do to those cars in my book. They'll tear the cars up easily when they hit the grass. Whereas the front balance, it probably would have done damage to the balance if it hit him with the grass. I mean, look what a chunk of concrete did to Jeff Gordon's car at Martinsville one year, and he had the darn race won if it wasn't for that. But what can you do? But yeah, the balance to me is a whole lot better than the splitter. So, but other than that, though, and there's probably two other things I don't like as well with the Gen 7 cars. I don't like the single lug nut on the center, and making them do pit stops like IndyCar and F1. And I don't like the new 5-speed transmission on those cars, because I'm so used to the 4-speed in NASCAR. I'm so used to that. The only motorsports that should have more than 4 speeds on those cars is I'm trying to think. I think IndyCar and F1 has 6-speed transmissions, and I know in drag racing Pro Stock has 5-speed transmissions. I know that, but going to a different type of way of shifting the cars in NASCAR, I'm not a fan of neither. So, other than those cons, the Gen 7 car looks pretty good to me in my book. So there you have it with that. And the other question he mentions, top 5 drivers in each NASCAR drivers in each series. I'm gonna go ahead and say this though: Xfinity, you can write that off, because I still don't want a favorite in that category. If I do have to pick one in Xfinity right now, it'd probably be Justin Allgaier, probably. But I pretty much boycotted Xfinity after, well, And some of you who don't know, I had a favorite girl in the Xfinity series. Her name was Johanna Long. She's Johanna Robbins now, but she was the one who drove the number 70 for Travel Motor Coach Chevrolet in the Xfinity series. It was what was back then the Nationwide series in 2012 and 2013 for ML Motorsports, and that team shut down at the end of 2013. Excuse me, and thus left Johanna out of the ride, which she hasn't gotten a ride since, except for that one race deal with Obaika Motorsports in 2015. I think it was at Iowa, and she made the race that day, and that's the last Xfinity race I watched in full. So, You know, and I know she got a ride with I know she had that ride with Afferano before the first race at Richmond that in 2015, and that was a disaster. That car was as slow as a snail. You know, so I feel like she got gypped in that. I feel like she got gypped on both those deals. I feel so. Basically, she races late models any chance she gets. I know she was in a Alan Turner Pro late model Snowflake 100 race back last December. I know that, and she had a top 10 run going until you had two cars racing for the win, crash each other, come on turn number 4 in the last time, and the track got completely blocked, and Johanna got caught up in the crash, come into the checkered flag, and she even ended up finishing 20th in that race. But no, since that, I do not want another Xfinity favorite. Maybe until Hailie Deegan comes along in Xfinity, then I might reconsider. But yeah, there you have it with that. Just the thought of the Xfinity series without Johanna just depresses me anymore now. But now, I do mention Hailie Deegan. She is one of my top 5 favorites in the Truck Series. Sorry, Kyle Matthews, if you're watching, by the way. I know he doesn't like Hailie Deegan. I know he doesn't like. I know some of my racing favorite friends don't like Hailie Deegan, so there you have it with that. But Hailie is one of my top 5 favorites in the Truck Series, and the other 4, I'm going to go John Hunter Nemechek. Let's see. This is a good question, actually. John Hunter Nemechek, Hailie Deegan, Sheldon Creed, probably. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else I like. You know, I like Johnny Sauter, and I'm sorry, everybody, but Jennifer Jo Cobb is in the top 5 as well too. So there you have it with that. Cup right now, I don't have really a top 5 in Cup, but if I have to pick top 5 in Cup, Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. That's basically just it, top 3 wise. So that's basically my top 3 right now. It's Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, and Ryan Blaney. So probably if I had to pick a 4 and 5, Alex Bowman probably be at about 4, and number 5 probably. Yeah, if I had to pick a number 5, and I'm sorry to everybody I'm sorry to everybody else because I know a lot of people do not like him, but Denny Hamlin. So, you know, I know some of the things he's done that I don't agree with, but still, yeah. So that's my top 5. So that answers both your questions, Quentin, on that one. And the last question comes from the Internet CRA Sports and Gaming channel. That is my buddy Seth Cole. Top 5 things to do still on your bucket list. Oh my gosh. Actually, if you want my opinion, though, I mean, if I do get a chance, probably tour some of the racetracks I'd probably like to see in person, probably, you know, that may be one of them. You know, like there's some NASCAR tracks I like to tour, probably, and maybe some drag strips, probably, too. So, and I mean, if I get a chance to go to some of the drag races, I think, and some of those strips I haven't been to, then I'd probably go for it. So, other than that, some other stuff I have on my bucket list, I really don't have much, to be honest. So, that's basically the only one I can think of there, Seth. So that completes the top 5 list. That completes my top 5 questions I have on this video. And if you have questions, if you have a top 5 questions for me, then please leave them in the comments section. So until now, this is redracer1985, and I'll catch you on the flip side.